Hello, my friend, and welcome to Wisdom Trek. This is Guthrie Chamberlain, and I'm your guide to wisdom and creating a living legacy. Thank you for joining us for our 7-day-a-week, 7 Minutes of Wisdom podcast. This is day 356 of our trek, and earlier this month, we began a detailed series which we originally introduced in January called Your Life Plan Blueprint. We have synthesized this information into a 100-page PDF manual workbook, which contains all the forms needed to create and maintain your personal life plan. This is our initial release of the manual workbook, and it is available for download at wisdom-trek.com on the left-hand sidebar of any page. Or if you are listening on your smartphone, you can text the word Life Plan with no spaces to 44222, and your Life Plan Blueprint will be delivered to you in an email. The manual workbook is free during the month of May, so I would encourage you to become one of our early adopters so that all the updates will be available to you free also. By the end of 2016, we will have a complete web mobile version available of your Life Plan Blueprint, which will allow you to complete it online. Thank you so much for coming along with me as we trek through each page. If you'd like to listen to any of the past episodes, please go to wisdom-trek.com to listen to them and to read the daily journal. You can also subscribe to Wisdom Trek at iTunes, Spreaker, Stitcher, SoundCloud, iHeartRadio, and Google Play so that each day's trek will be downloaded to you automatically. We are broadcasting from our studios of the Big House in Marietta, Ohio. It has been a cool and rainy week for May, but warmer weather is in store for next week. As we look out our office windows, we see Granny's peonies starting to bloom, so with a little sun and warmth, they should be in full bloom very soon. As a reminder, we are looking at changing the format of Wisdom Trek on June 1st, so please email me at guthrie@venturecg.com or leave me a comment at the bottom of today's journal page and let me know if you'd like me to continue Wisdom Trek on a 7-day, 5-day, or 3-day per week schedule. Also, let me know if you'd like any changes to the format of the daily trek. And thank you so much in advance for your feedback. But it's now time to get started on the 18th day of your Life Plan Blueprint workbook. So if you've missed any of the previous days in this series, they are available at wisdom-trek.com. On our trek for today, we will continue the deep exploration of each of the phases of the WESPER Framework. We continue today on the third step, which is the strategy phase. Yesterday we explored the 3 core concepts, and today we will focus on the first 6 of the 10 strategy guidelines. We are taking several days to hike through each step of creating your life plan. I would encourage you to trek with me through this process and complete the associated forms that are included in your Life Plan Blueprint workbook. If you are following along with me in the manual workbook, today we will explore the first 6 guidelines for strategy, which are found on pages 38 through 43 of your Life Plan Blueprint workbook. These pages include 4 worksheets which are to be completed for the first 4 guidelines. You can also view this information on the journal for day 356 on wisdom-trek.com. So guideline number 1, understand your goals thoroughly. Start with each of your 7-year objectives, and then I will ask you the following questions. What will you need to have completed by the end of year 1 to meet your 7-year objective? Then drill it down. What will you need to be completed by the end of month 1 to stay on schedule? What will need to be completed by the end of week 1? What tasks do you need to accomplish each day for that week? Do you have all the information needed for the goal to create this strategy? What is the gap that exists between you and completing your first week of your daily task? You must fully understand the overall objective, including the information and knowledge needed to reach your short-term activity goals. I would suggest that you go to page 39 to complete the activity page there to help you with guideline number 1. When you're finished with that, move on to guideline number 2. Visualize that you are now pursuing your goal. What obstacles do you anticipate standing in your way of success? Write down these obstacles and rank them in the order of magnitude. The bigger the obstacle in diverting you from the goal, the higher the rank. Pre-plan on how you will handle each obstacle, so if they do crop up, they won't derail you from completing your task or goals. Don't leave life to a chance. Use the Boy Scout motto of always be prepared. This concept should be applied to all areas of life. When you do this, you will have a set of ready solutions at your disposal when you face the obstacles later on, which they will occur. Instead of getting distracted in the middle of your goal pursuit to troubleshoot those barriers, you can easily brush them aside with the solutions that you've already developed. I suggest completing the activities on page 40 to help you with guideline number 2. Once you've done that, let's move on to guideline number 3. Identify the best route, but plan for alternatives. After you've set your 7-year objectives and obtain all the knowledge on your activity goals, identify all the paths that you can take to reach your destination. One thing you have to understand, there is almost always more than one path to reach your goal. Rank these in order of efficiency and effectiveness. When you implement this strategy, you will always know your best route, but have alternative routes available if you run into obstacles or detours that you can't get around. The best route refers to the path that will give you the most reward for the least amount of effort, as opposed to other paths which will give you a low reward for a low effort, or a high reward for a high effort, or a low reward for a high effort. I suggest completing the activities on page 41 to help you with guideline number 3. And when you've finished with that, you can move on to guideline number 4. Guideline number 4, identify key activities or the best actions for success. After you have identified your best route, identify your key activities for success. Key activities for success are those few action steps that give you the bulk of your results. They absolutely need to be executed for your goal to be a success. Rank your key activities in the order of their importance. The strategy of prioritization will guide you as you move to the planning and execution phase of the WESPER Framework. To identify these activities, you need to understand how your 7-year objectives integrate into your life plan and purpose. Focus or invest the majority of your time on the most important activities that will bring you the most impact. We will talk more about this in the planning stage, but for today, I suggest that you go to page 43 and fill out the activity sheet for this guideline number 4. And when you're finished with that, you can move on to guideline number 5. Guideline number 5, remain faithful and focused on your daily activity goals. Your life plan blueprint is designed to be simplistic but powerful. Once you have obtained the wisdom needed to establish your 7-year objectives and you break down the activity goals into ever smaller nuggets, remain faithful and focused on your daily activity goals so that you will achieve success. You must be willing to make the small sacrifices required every day so you do not have to make the large sacrifices for the rest of your life. You must remain dedicated, persistent, and consistent on completing your daily task each day without fail. You must be willing to live a few years like most people won't so that you can spend the rest of your life like most people can't. If you do remain faithful in these small daily tasks, then you'll reap a harvest of results in your life plan blueprint. This lesson is taught to us in the Good News according to Matthew chapter 25 verses 20 and 21. The servant to whom he had entrusted the 5 bags of silver came forward with 5 more and said, "Master, you gave me 5 bags of silver to invest, and I have earned 5 more." The master was full of praise. "Well done, my good and faithful servant. You have been faithful in handling this small amount, so now I will give you many more responsibilities. Let's celebrate together." And then guideline number 6, do something different and something extra. Even if you have tried some of your objectives and goals previously without success, using the Wisdom Trek Your Life Plan Blueprint will allow you to approach your goals from a new perspective and a new mindset. This is required if you expect to be successful in creating your life plan. As the saying goes, if nothing changes, then nothing changes. Your life plan blueprint is much more than a goal-setting system. It's a life-changing system. If you want to get different results, you need to do something different. By adopting the Wisdom Trek system with the WESPER Framework, you are taking the action steps to do something different and something extra. You are being proactive in setting a strategy and taking responsibilities for your life. On our Trek for today, we have reviewed the first 6 guidelines of the strategy phase of the WESPER Framework. It is an important part of the process that you take time to complete the worksheets that we reviewed today as part of your life plan blueprint. Tomorrow we will explore the remaining 4 strategy guidelines located on pages 40 and 45 of your Life Plan Blueprint Workbook and Manual. If you have not done so already, make sure that you do download your Life Plan Blueprint and encourage your family and friends to join us and then come along with us tomorrow for another day of Wisdom Trek, creating a legacy. That will finish our trek for today. Just as you enjoy these daily doses of wisdom, we ask you to help us to grow Wisdom Trek by sharing it with your family and friends through email, Facebook, Twitter, or in person when you meet with them, and invite them to come along with us each day. The journal for today's trek is available at wisdom-trek.com. Thank you so much for allowing me to be your guide, your mentor, but most importantly, you are my friend, as I serve you through the Wisdom Trek podcast and journal each day. As we take this trek together, let us always live abundantly, love unconditionally, listen intentionally, learn continuously, lend to others generously, lead with integrity, and leave a living legacy each day. This is Guthrie Chamberlain reminding you to keep moving forward, enjoy your journey, and then create a great day every day. See you tomorrow.